Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video. In this video we're going to be looking at the Blitz War issue post that was put on the forums, and I guess a lot of people know what this is addressing is the Blitz War that we had this week. And obviously there was a lot of issues from it obviously going from a normal all-out war Blitz War where the prizes were just kind of not too great, to then being expanded to an 8-region CRW Blitz War where the prizes were not going to change, then it randomly going down to 2-region CRW, which is probably the worst you can have in terms of a CRW. 2 regions is horrendous just based on the fact that one region's always going to be able to match quite easily and the other region's going to have a lot of struggle to match, just because one region's generally going to have more people to match with than the other. So, and generally what happens there is you have the top factions in one region struggling to like hit high points on the scoreboard versus the top factions on the other region, and they can maybe be second, third, fourth place in a very good with a very good record, but first, second, third on the other region can be up there with a, you know, maybe a 50-50 record or maybe like a 60% win rate, but it's just because they've won so many more times. There's a lot of issues that happened in this one. There are some people who weren't even able to war because there was queue issues with them. They couldn't get into war when their factions declared war, so they didn't get any prizes at all. Now there is some compensation coming out. I think the majority of people should have received this by now, but I'll read through a post that was put on the forums. It says, "Hello survivors, as many of you are aware, we have had unexpected issues with the scheduled Blitz War yesterday. The situation was created and fueled a lot of frustration and anger from all our player base, and as a company this is not the type of experience we want to provide to our players." It goes on to say, "That said, we will be giving the following items to all players. It'll be the final 100k milestone, so league tokens rounded up to 10,000 from 6,900, a choice box of a Lilith or Ulysses, and 1 GPS. There was also meant to be 3 war cans in there. Initially there was an issue with the Lilith or Ulysses box, but they did give that out in a second offer in the offers section, and just everybody should have got that. If you did wait, you got 2 of those boxes. Some people did claim that box early for whatever reason and decided to open it and get nothing, basically. And then here it says, based on the advice of the player council and other community members, we have decided not to schedule another Blitz War this week, but instead we'll be moving the current scheduled CRW to start on the following." And it says mods removal event will start on Thursday, and CRW will start on Friday, and then CRW will end late on Sunday. So it looks like a slightly longer CRW, hopefully to make up for this, you know, failed Blitz War and just giving us an extra day of war. We were getting elf hats from completing an actual war, so they're going to be hopefully in this CRW as well. Hopefully there's no issues here as well, because like I said, the war was not great for a lot of people. It finishes up by just saying, "Please expect to see these items in your inbox within the next 48 hours. Thank you for your patience and continued support with this matter. We take your game experience very seriously and are committed to providing a fun and engaging environment for our community, the Walking Dead team." So obviously not the greatest event we've ever had in terms of a war. Lots of issues. I know a lot of you are affected, and like I said, it ranged from people not even being able to war, and if you can't war and you don't score any points, you do not get any rewards, let alone like a milestone reward. You know, it was hard to get a couple of milestones if you were in the more populous region in the 2 regions in the CRW, but some people weren't even able to queue, and that means they weren't being able to get any prizes at all, which is, you know, it's kind of sad at the end of the day. The prizes were not great, but there was at least something. Now the prizes were kind of messed up in a lot of places as well. I think the collectibles boxes in the placement rewards were wrong. They weren't 50 collectibles, they were 130. And then on the milestones, we had, I think one of the milestones was given season tokens instead of league tokens. So it was just, it looked very rushed. And I do appreciate, like personally I'm not a big fan of war, but I do appreciate the fact that Blitz War was arranged, because a lot of people were talking about it. Potentially a Blitz War before Christmas would be great, but it didn't really go to plan. It didn't really go to plan, and that is a shame, because I think a lot of people would appreciate it if it was, you know, even if it was just an all-out war. I think a lot of people would appreciate it, but yeah, it didn't really go well, and a lot of people were just annoyed because it's a waste of time at that point, not anything else. You know, it isn't about not getting prizes as much as it's not getting, you know, hitting milestones. It's not getting certain, you know, quality of prizes. It's just like you're sitting around trying to queue, and a lot of people were just annoyed. I think it's as simple as that, and no amount of compensation is really going to make up for that. You really got to just hope that Scopely just buck up their ideas when it comes to the wars, when it comes to events, I mean, we've said this for the last couple of months, there just needs to be like a long period of just no mistakes and no issues, and it's just been a long period of lots of mistakes and lots of issues, and hopefully it all gets ironed out, because, you know, 2020 is coming up. This is a good chance to just like sort of start the year well, and we'll see what they can do. But this is just such a bad end to the year. This is just kind of the epitome of how it's gone in the last couple of events, and it's just a sad time, man. I'm gonna be honest, it's just sad. But yeah, do tell me how you were affected in the war, the Blitz War. Unfortunately, if you did not war and you didn't get any prizes, like I say, it sucks, and I'm sorry, but yeah, hopefully CRW goes quite well this weekend and you get some nice warring in and you get some enjoyment out of that. That is it in my video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.